morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout-out goes to Raven Eisen. Raven was first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus wins this shout-out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, with a review of a neat new airplane. This is the P40 Warhawk. I've been waiting for this one to come out, folks. This is a neat plane. This is produced by Eachine / Volantics, and we can tell it's probably Volantics because of the transmitter what we got here. But what's special about this is it is a flying model of the P40 Warhawk. In particular, this is the Flying Tigers P40 Warhawk 47, number 47. I forgot the name. R.T. Smith, I believe, is the name of the guy that flew this particular airplane. Now that it's coming back to memory. But yeah, we have the Flying Tigers insignia. The insignia of the, what was it called? Chinese Air Force in World War II. But again, it's a model airplane, model replica of the P40 Warhawk used by the Flying Tigers in China during World War II. Now, I've been waiting for the P40. P40 is a great aircraft, folks. It's one of my favorites. In fact, it's one of the first that I've flown when I was learning to fly RC aircraft. Well, actually not RC, control line. For those of you old folk out there, I'm sure a lot of you out there have had the Cox P40 Warhawk, control line airplane where you flew with a string. The young folks today have no idea what we're talking about, but back then it was a lot of fun. And this should be a lot of fun now that it's RC. We have full. What's special about this particular airplane, it is 4-channel, okay? It comes ready to fly with the transmitter, but it is a 4-channel aircraft, meaning that we have throttle control, we have elevator control, we have rudder control, and we have aileron control. So this can do loops and rolls and all those stunts that you want if you're a good pilot. Well, actually, you don't need to be a good pilot. With this particular aircraft, there's a button that you press and it'll do stunt for you automatically. So that's cool too. Okay, let's go more into it. Now, it is powered by a brushed motor, okay? Which means that eventually that motor will eventually fail with time, but it is a 1020 brushed motor, which means it has a lot of power, and it should take you should be able to get a lot of flights out of this before that particular motor fails. And I'll go over some of the things that they have here to lessen the chance of failure. But if it does fail, you can get in there and remove that motor by removing this little belly mount here. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess it up right now before I fly it. But you can get in there and remove the motor. It's a plug-in motor, so there's no soldering involved to replace the motor. So that should be a relatively easy replacement. And I'm sure that you'll be able to get replacement motors for this because all of the Warhawk series that Eachine has been putting out, Volantics has been putting out, have become popular aircraft. Every one of them. Pretty cool. I got most of them. I'm happy to have most of them, and they're all keepers for me, folks. So that's another hint. Okay, I don't give these ones away. I hang on to them. Okay, let's go more into this. Now, it has 3 selectable flight modes. What does that mean? It has beginner mode, which is this is a fully stabilized aircraft in beginner mode. What does that mean? It means if you let go of the control sticks on the controller, if you get in trouble and it's headed toward the ground like this, just let go of the control sticks on your controller while in 6G mode. Make sure you're in beginner mode. And this thing will automatically sense that it's in trouble and right itself and fly level again, okay? Can't get any easier than that, folks. So, very easy to fly in beginner mode. Now, it also includes, I mentioned beginner mode. It has 2 other selectable flight modes that you can you access through the controller here. There's another one, it's called mid mode, which is a stunt mode. Actually, it's a stabilized stunt mode, which means if you get into trouble again, just let go of the sticks and it will automatically right itself. But once you turn in 6G stabilization, when in beginner mode, you can't do loops and rolls. The stabilization prevents it from tipping over in beginner mode. But you go to this mid mode by selecting this button, put it in the center position there, and that turns off those angle restrictions. So you can do rolls and loops, and you can even fly upside down, I think, with some practice while in mid mode. Now, the final mode is expert mode, where you take this switch and flip it all the way forward, and that more or less turns off most of the stabilization. There is still some minor stabilization for wind gusts, But other than that, it turns off the stabilization. So again, if you get into trouble like this, you let go of the sticks, it's going to continue down like this, okay, in expert mode and head for the ground. So only for experts. You know, if you're a skilled pilot, then consider going into expert mode with this particular aircraft. Beginners and intermediates, stay in beginners and mid, and you should have a good time with this particular aircraft. Okay, other things about it. The controller can be used while other controllers are active out there. And what does that mean for you? That means you can do dogfights with the Volantex series. You can go against the others in the series. Let's pick one of them. Here's one of them I just happen to have right here. The Spitfire going against the Warhawk. There's an F-109 out there that you can go against the Warhawk. There's a P41 out there that you can fly. And I'm hoping in the near future they come out with the Zero. I think the Zero is going to be probably next. Either that or the P38. P38 would be another neat one, but that one would be complicated because that's a two-motor airplane. So we'll see how that things come out. But I'm pretty sure the Zero is probably next in the list that they're going to be putting out here in the future. Okay, other things about it. Okay, we mentioned the motor, the propellers. They come with either, this one came with a single or two-bladed propeller. Actually, one of them was already installed, and they also gave you a three-bladed propeller. I removed the two-bladed it came with it and installed the three-bladed that it also came with because that's more scale, more accurate concerning the P40. So I put the three-bladed on, removed the two-bladed and replaced it with a three-bladed for today's flight. When we take it out, we're going to do that. Other things it comes with 1, 2, or 3, I believe, of these 3.7 volt 400 milliampere hour batteries. You know, they're very common batteries. You'll be able to get these on your own. But again, if you're considering getting this aircraft, these only cost a couple dollars. I think they only added like a couple dollars to the cost. So consider getting the spares at the time of purchase when you purchase this particular aircraft and have it bundled with the airplane. Now, the protocol for this. You can either use the transmitter that it comes with, but if you wish, you can also use multi-protocol transmitters. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate it with this particular one here. But it uses the V761 protocol for those of you out there that have multi-protocol transmitters and wish to fly instead of using the provided transmitter. And let's go over that provided transmitter. I haven't really gone into it yet, but what you get with a transmitter is, of course, you get 4-channel control of throttle, yaw, or rudder, elevator, and roll ailerons. Okay, so you got those. You also have the expert mode, which is there, mid mode, which allows intermediate flyers to do some stunts, and beginners mode, which is fully stabilized, but you can't do stunts with the aircraft when it's in beginners mode. Other buttons on the aircraft, we have trim controls for the centering the control surfaces if they're off center when the controller is connected. Again, before you fly one of these, connect it to the controller and see if the control, first make sure the control surfaces are moving in the direction that they should be moving when you use this controller, but also make sure that they are centered. All the surfaces are centered like so, and well, that one's a little bit off center, and right now these are off center, but again, this is not connected to the controllers, so you have to be connected to the controller before you check those surfaces. So, but we can center them if they are, well, they're off center with the controller by simply using these trim buttons. This is for the rudder, this is for the elevator, and this is for the ailerons. That's one way of centering them. Or if they're way off, you can center them by adjusting these little U shapes here on the control rods. You can either bend them outward or bend them inward to push the control surface that they're attached to the center position while connected to the controller. Okay, let's see, have I missed anything? I think I've hit all the points on this particular aircraft. So I am excited, folks, to take this out into the field. Let's take it out into the field and see how it flies. So I hope you enjoy this flight. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and welcome to the inaugural flight of the P40 Warhawk here at Pleasant Ridge Park. They're cutting grass today, so there's going to be some noise, folks. And also, it's a bit of a breezy day today. We're getting 8-mile-per-hour winds with gusts, I guess, up to, feels like 12 or 15 sometimes. We'll see how this flies in the wind. We're going to find out, folks. Okay, to turn this on, I need to plug in the battery and turn on the controller. So while I do that, folks. Okay, I have the controller connected to the drone. All I needed to do was plug in the battery and then turn on the controller. Feel that breeze, folks. I hope it can fly. Okay, checking my surfaces. Left turn looks good. Right turn looks good. Elevator down, elevator up, and rudder. Rudder looks good too. And hold on, I hear an airplane, but how high is he? We'll find out. We're going to fly after he passes, so hold on, folks. 3, 2, 1. He's way up there. He's just a loud airplane. Piston engine. So, okay, we are bound. Let's see how it flies, folks. So, hope you enjoy this flight. We are in beginner mode right now. Oh, it climbs real well. I got to reduce the throttle big time to bring it back down. This flies very nicely, folks, even in this gusty wind. I was just flying another airplane in this gusty wind. It was also stabilized, but that one had problems in this wind. This one does not seem to care. With that in mind, let's go to intermediate. Intermediate, and do that. And do that. Cool, huh? Yeah, this flies like all the other warbirds. It flies excellent. Excellent flyer. Let's get it down here close so you can see it. Closer. Reducing throttle, trying to bring it down. It doesn't like to come down. So, going around me this way. Let's try that again. Let's go over here. Give me a little more room. This is an excellent airplane. P40 Warhawk. Again, this was one of my favorites. Looping it. Tried to loop. One of my favorites since I was a kid. The Warhawk. Okay, we haven't tried those stunts. Automatic stunts, actually. Aileron. Whoa, it does that so well. You got to see that again. Let's bring it over here. This aileron rolls very well. Great airplane. Let me get away from those trees. That scared me a bit there. It got a wind gust there. The wind gust was taking it to the trees. Oh. Aileron rolls. This thing does spectacular aileron rolls. You got another winner here, Volantex Eachine. I like it. I like it a lot. Of course I do. But anyways, back to Cox airplanes. How many of you out there used to fly a control line Cox P40 Warhawk? I'm sure there's a ton of you out there, especially my older viewers, the ones about my age. Guys wearing cargo shorts like me. But I don't think all you guys wear tie-dyes like me. But, oh, this is a great airplane. This is a fun airplane. Let's look at that. 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 Let's bring it over here and do that. It can turn on a dime, can't it? Oh, my hat's getting sweaty. Hat cam, sweaty. It's falling off my head. Trying to keep it centered on the airplane. Turn it around, keep the airplane in front of me with the sun behind me. I keep forgetting to do that, folks. Especially when I'm filming. Okay, let's come around again. Oh, I like that airplane. Neat airplane. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. I tried 3D mode, but on this windy day, don't do it. You need a lot of stabilization today, because it's bouncing up there. But in stabilized mode, it's not. You take it into 3D mode, it bounced around a bit. Okay, cutting back throttle. Let's see it glide back down here. Whoa! Almost stalled it. It did stall, actually. But it came out of that stall quite nicely. Let's go up higher and do that again. Stall it. Throttle down. Pull it up on the sticks. Stalling it. Oh, no, it's gliding. Gliding nicely. Okay, never mind. I must have been hit by a gust of wind. So, P40. Yeah, Volantex needs to come out with a 0. Eachine Volantex. You need to come out with a 0 next. I know you guys got that in the works. You got to have that in the works. If you don't, you're falling behind there. Oh, that's a cool airplane. I like this. You know, I like this plane. It's way up there now. Cut the throttle. Let's glide it back down here. Whoa! It stalled again. Cut that throttle too much. Give it, when you stall, folks, give it throttle. But it came right out of it because it was stabilized. Cutting throttle again. Will it stall on me again? Yes, it will. So, careful. I bet you if I glided and gave it a little downward push on the elevator, that wouldn't happen. Yeah, there you go, see? Downward push, downward push, downward push. There we go. Yeah, so it glided. That time it didn't stall. Whoa, that wind's buffet. Look at that. There's a buffet over there somewhere. Wind buffet. Yeah, we had a storm just go through here last night, and it's really unstable air today. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. So, cool. Now, I'm going to do a second flight of this to demonstrate it flying with the multi-protocol transmitter that I brought with me. Again, what is it? V761 protocol works with this, so keep that in mind, folks, when you do go flying with this, if you want to use your own transmitter. Now, being able to switch between modes, that's a different story. You're going to have to, if you go on RC groups, there's some folks that talk about how to do it. I've tried it. I couldn't get it to work with mine. What they suggested doing, how to set up the switches on your motive protocol so that you can use the different modes on this. I couldn't get it to work with mine, so mine flies strictly in beginner rate with my motive protocol. Cutting off the power, coming back down. Okay, give it some throttle. Oh, that's such a cool airplane, the Warhawk. But yeah, when I was a kid, going around and around in circles with the Cox control line airplane, I still have some control line stuff. And one of these days, I've been planning to do a control line video, one or two of them, to show you how old school used to do it. How us older folks, the ones that couldn't afford a whole RC kit. I didn't have an RC kit until I was in my teens, because they were expensive. Back then, they were really expensive. And I lucked out, somebody donated, went to the local thrift store. And that's how I got into RC. Oops. Once somebody donated a whole RC kit to the local thrift store, and with that, I was able to build my first RC airplane and fly it. And it went up. I spent a month building the thing. It went up, and I didn't know what I was doing, and it came down hard, and a month's worth of work went into a million pieces, and I kind of gave up there for a little bit. Nowadays, wow, feel that wind, folks. That's the wind doing it. That's zero throttle. Maybe it is a bit too windy to be flying today, but let's see if it'll fight this. Don't care. There we go. It can fight it. So, there we go. Just doing some figure eights here in the wind until that battery dies out. See if we get real full 15 minutes of flight time like the others. These get good flight time. The first P51 of the series only got about 7 minutes, and then the follow-on aircraft, they do great. I could be wrong, maybe but the flight that I did only got 7 minutes with the P51. These other ones seem to go, again, for close to 15 minutes or 12 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark. Come on, stay closer. Bring it closer there, Quadcopter 101. Folks can't see it way up there. Reducing throttle, trying to bring it down. Come back down here. Oh, yeah. Stalling, it'll bring it down. Okay, we're just grabbing with the wind. Grabbing with the wind. And coming around, up and over. Come down here. Every time I give it a little throttle, it just climbs, climbs, climbs. More throttle. Oh, that wind is really buffeting it. Oh, it must be a real bad wind. Let's go the other way then. To bring it back. I was trying to turn right. It didn't want to turn into that wind. Really breezy today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I might actually skip that second flight, folks. I'm sorry. It's just a little bit breezy. Whoa. It's a little bit too breezy. But it's staying up there. Zoom, zoom. Bouncing around in this wind. I'm amazed it can fly today. Let me get away from the soccer nets. Soccer nets act like a magnet on my airplanes usually. All I want to do is go zoom, zoom, zoom. Needle plane. This Eachine Volantix really hit it big coming up with his Warbird series. A lot of people love them, especially me. I like these planes. Everyone's been a keeper. So, you know, remember the old Quadcopter 101 keeper series for those of you who've been subscribers for a while? I had that back then. You know, which ones did I keep and everything else got donated. These are keepers, these Eachine Warbirds. Every one of them. Zoom. Tried to fly it upside down, and then the gyro controls took over and flipped it right at it. Yeah. I cut the throttle, bring it down. I almost gave myself a haircut. Coming around. Ooh. Oh, coming around and coming around. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit weak. I'm being chased by some blackbird, a couple of blackbirds. Let's go chase them. Oh yeah? Oh, come on, bring it on. Come on, blackbirds. Oh, they shot me down. What are those starlings? Little starlings shot me down. They didn't like me flying around here. But I think that's the end of the flight time of that. Let me let it cool down, and we'll switch to using the multi-protocol, and I'll show you that it actually can fly with multi-protocol. So hold on, folks, while I do that. Okay, I put a new battery in there. We should be ready to go there. I turned on my multi-protocol, and I have it set to V761 protocol. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm going to select bind and hit it, and we have connection with the drone. Okay, so we can back out of that. Let me check the surfaces. Left turn, right turn looks good. Downward elevator, upward elevator, left and right, and throttle. So we're all good to go there, folks. Let's get it in the air with a multi-protocol. So hold on while let's see if we can take off from the ground. I'm curious. It's a little bit bumpy. but I want to see. So it's a dirt field, a little bit bumpy. Let's see if we've got enough power to do it. Yeah, although I did nick the propellers a bit. I heard that in the dirt. But yeah, I'm flying now with the multi protocol, as you can see here. Again, it can only fly in beginner rate. The Starlings are chasing it again. I haven't got the switches set up for advanced flight modes, unfortunately. I've tried what they said on RC groups, but it didn't seem to work with mine. I'm doing something wrong, obviously. So, okay, so again, we're flying multi-protocol. Zoom. Using V761 protocol. Okay, and you can see it does work with that. Let's give it a little throttle and rudder, or a little aileron and rudder in these turns today, folks. Needs a little bit of both today. That wind is hitting. I think I'm in. Yeah, I am. It's in intermediate mode. I don't know how I got in it. Yeah, it sure is. Intermediate mode. So that's cool. I think maybe I did set up the switches, and I just didn't know I did. I'm not sure what I did there, but I got it set up right. Because that did what... There. Almost did a loop. Let's try that again. Can I do a loop? Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's not intermediate mode. Maybe it's just high rate mode and beginner mode. But it's flying great with it. Okay, so we demonstrated this. We're done. So I'm going to bring it in now, folks, for a landing. Oh, wait. I want to play with these Starlings. What do they want from me? What are they doing? Leave me alone, Starlings. No, he's attacking it again. No. Coming down. That's funny. Little Starlings trying to shoot this down. Boy, that wind's hitting it big time. Right over there. There's one hell of a gust. Oh, that's it. We're going to call it quits there, folks. Just too much wind today. So, that is the flight of the P50, or not P50, what? P40 Warhawk. Let's see how it survived that nose in. We had a crash there, folks. The propeller came off as designed. But is that propeller in one piece? No. No, that broke on that last nose in there. That broke. But again, we got spare propellers. And just to show you again, they snap on and snap off like so. So, see, that's how you put them on and take them off. So that's the P40 Warhawk. Hope you enjoyed this flight. It's Quadcopter 101. I got more propellers. Quadcopter 101, signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.